Welcome back, we the people. Continuing reading Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, and Dr. York's description of the beast and the role that Nubians are playing in it. So let's continue his description. Nubians have been reduced to less than nothing by the hands of the evil reptilian and his agents. Every time you hear of Nubians, you will always hear about the bad or disagreeable things that they want you to hear. You will never hear of the good that they did. They pry into lives and try to find out anything that will aid in their downfall. And if they cannot find anything, they will make up lies and fabricate stories. There is no more room for lies. Now is a time for right knowledge, right wisdom, and right understanding, which will breed sound right reasoning, Nuwabu or Nuwapu. It is no coincidence that many people have never heard of Noble Drew Ali, Shaka Zulu, Hannibal, Mahatma Gandhi, or myself, Dr. Malachi York, to name a few, and their role in history. Their accomplishments outshine the men whom the Amorites labeled heroes like Hercules, Zeus, John Wayne, Elvis Presley, Billy Graham, and former General H. Norman Schwarzkopf. Right now in America, there is no, in quotation, black, close quotation, leadership. Since there is no leadership, there is no enemy for the common Caucasian to hate. There was, in quotation, black awareness, close quotation, movement in the late 1960s and the early 1970s, a movement that had Nubians searching to find their true selves. Some joined so-called militant groups such as the Black Panthers, the Young Lords, and African Pioneer Movement, and they all gave European Caucasian a focal point to hate Nubian people and someone to vamp down on, especially during the Black Revolution. Shouts of, and in quotations, "Free Huey," close quotation, "Free Angela," "Black and proud," "Black power," "Black is coming back," "Black is beautiful," "Black consciousness," and "Burn baby burn," close quotations, could be heard throughout the globe by a people who were tired of the suppression that they had undergone for hundreds of years. Nubians were trying to get themselves together and find their true identity. However, when the Amorite began to realize that Nubians were waking up, he had to put a stop to it. So, to stamp out the, in quotation marks, black awareness, close quotation, he created movies with images in them like, in quotation, Shaft, Superfly, The Mac, Cleopatra Jones, Cotton Comes to Harlem, Watermelon Man, JT's Revenge, Come Back Charleston Blue, Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich, Cornbread, Earl and Me, The Spook That Sat Behind the Door, 5 on the Black Hand Side, Sheba Baby, Coffee, Across 110th Street, Uptown Saturday Night, Blackula, Scream Blackula Scream, Car Wash, Superfly Goes to Africa, Let's Do It Again, Black Caesar, close quotations. He purposely portrayed the Nubian man as the super pimp, a peddler of lust, material desire, money, drugs, violence, and corruption. These movies helped to destroy and distort reality. Things that were happening during the, in quotation, Black Awareness Movement, close quotation, such as the afros and the dashikis, became a passing fad. Nubians no longer wanted to go, in inverted commas, go back to Africa, close quotation. They straightened their hair and went to discos instead. When Muhammad Ali was known as Cassius Clay, all the Amorites loved him. But the moment he became a Muslim and changed his name to Muhammad Ali, they began to cause problems for him. because of his religion. They will soon do the same thing with Mike Tyson, now that he has become a Muslim. They will try to associate that with racism. However, Mike Tyson's adopted mother is a Caucasian, so it will be very difficult for them to play, in inverted commas, in quotations, race card, close quotations, on him. In jail, he had time to think. Now they are just waiting for the right moment to take him down again, which is religious discrimination. When it comes to crime, if a Muslim commits a crime, it is reported on the news as, in quotation, Muslim terrorists, close quotation. If a Tibetan commits a crime, it becomes, in quotation, those Buddhist monks, close quotations. If it is a group that practices voodoo, it will be reported as, in quotation, the voodoo cult, close quotation. Yet, they don't say, in quotation, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Roman Catholic, or Lutheran, close quotation. When there was a Russian cannibal on the loose, they made sure you knew it with headlines, in quotations, the Russian Nikolai Zomagliev, called Metal Fang, who was a cannibal, close quotation. They never address the subject of religion when it comes to a race other than Nubian. They never say, in quotation, son of Sam, the Jew, who was a mass murderer, close quotation. They never say, in quotation, Jack the Ripper, the Anglican, close quotation, or Donald, in quotation, Donald Leroy Evans, the Protestant, close quotation, or, in quotation, Ted Bundy, the Southern Baptist, close quotation, or that all clan members subscribe to the Bible and church. Thus, clan members are Christians, or when they have a lynching or a castration of Nubians, they never say, in quotation, Christian clan members, close quotation. They don't even want to call them a cult. They avoid pointing out whether these Amorites, serial killers, were Christians or Jews. What religion was Susan Smith, the woman that drowned her two helpless toddlers? You don't know, because they do not and will not bring it up. Everybody else's religion gets pointed out, but when it comes to them, they never put their religion in what they do. Even General Noriega, they made sure he was arrested in the Catholic Church. They don't come on the news and say, in quotation, a Jew beats his daughter to death, close quotation, or some Catholics from Howard Beach killed some Baptists from Brooklyn or the Bronx, close quotation. But if a Muslim does something, right away it's, in quotation, Muslim does so and so, close quotation. If a Rastafarian does something, it's, in quotation, Rastafarian stuck up a bank, close quotation. Banks are being robbed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Women are being raped every day, and people are being murdered every day. They don't ever bring up what church they belong to, what congregation, and what reverend. They don't ever say, in quotation, and one of Jerry Falwell's followers in New York just chopped a little kid up, close quotation. But if one of Farrakhan's followers do something, they say, in quotation, a black Muslim follower of Minister Louis Farrakhan just slapped a little kid in the head, close quotation, and throws the book at them and try to give them life for it. This is double standards. We end the current recording there. We'll continue on the other side.